everyone, today is July 6, 2014, and we are going to look at this 5 cob cannon setup. Similar to our previous video, we have empty rows that can be both good and bad. But this time, I'll show you how an entire lane can be defended even if it's empty. The good thing about having an entire row empty is that you don't have to worry about anything on that row. No plants that can be killed, no repairing, no nothing, except, well, extra spaces that can be used to our advantage. Well, since the cob cannons have an approximately 25-second cooldown, it's best to simply launch a single cob every 5 seconds. By maintaining this timing, you will always have at least a single cob cannon ready for every single wave. However, as more and more zombies are gathered on the bottom half of the setup, eventually the next wave of zombies will be delayed, thus giving us a chance to target the ones on the lower half. My goal for the lower half is simply to hit the ones that are nearest to the house. This will prevent the Geeko Gargantuars and the normal Gargantuars from throwing their imps. Since we only need a single zombie for us to lose, hitting the Gargantuars and making them throw their imp will technically mean making the zombies advance for no apparent reason. Ideally, you should be able to handle everything by just using cob cannons. But sometimes random, unexpected things occur, and thankfully we have 3 Doomshroom spots, 2 Iceshroom spots, a Cherry Bomb, and a Jalapeno to aid us when things go wrong. Jalapenos are very good for the setup because you can just hit an entire row of zombies, and yes, you just need to make sure that you activate it before an Iceshroom hits. We also need to make sure that we maintain a very strict timing for the cob cannons in order to prevent running out of cob cannons when you need one. Aside from the cob cannons, we also need to manage the Iceshrooms because we want to make sure that we will be able to freeze the next wave of zombies alongside the zombies that are in the field. This setup uses a variety of tricks to gain advantage by using the empty spaces available on the lower half. For the dolphins, you only need a single lily pad to slow them down. On very rare occasions, however, you may also use pumpkins to prevent the plants you put on the pool from being eaten. Blowers are optional, but I strongly suggest you still bring ones on rounds with balloon zombies. Because, well, if one of the balloons reach the ladder plants and you don't really have a choice but to launch a cob cannon on them or be defeated by a single balloon zombie. For the bungee zombies, it's best to use a couple of cob cannons to eliminate them the moment they land, while using Doomshrooms and Iceshrooms to compensate the usage of a couple of cob cannons. You may also use the empty spaces on the pool to gain more Iceshroom slots, but you need to also keep in mind that the more Iceshroom slots you keep, the more dangerous it is for the Iceshrooms due to the Jack-in-the-Box explosions. The economy for this setup is pretty good, and with only 4 twin sunflowers you are less likely to lose sun every single round. But yes, still it all depends on how you use the cob cannons. on my random comment response of the day, someone states that, well, it's suicide on Survival Endless. Although, yes, although I do admit that all, if not most of the setups that I present on my videos require certain timings and conditions in order to be able to properly manage every single wave of zombies, all I can say is that I still like being able to test these kind of setups, even though some of them are just difficult or just plain ridiculous. Yeah, sometimes they require certain really precise timing. Sometimes they, not just the timing, sometimes you also need to launch on certain locations. Sometimes you also need to watch the heat packet, the locations of the ice shrooms, etc., and you get the point. At least it's a lot better apart from just the usual spam, cob cannons when the zombies arrive strategy. Yeah, you get the point. I still love being able to test various setups and just have that plain old fun while playing the game I love. Certain modifications for the setup can be summed up to a single phase, yes. And, well, that is to add one more cob cannon, yes. By adding a single cob cannon, you reduce the overall cooldown of the cob cannons to a much safer 4-second interval, which would speed things up for the lower setup while also having an extra cob, which makes things a lot safer for this setup. Also, a single cob cannon would reduce the chance of ever using the doom shrooms and the cherry bombs, thus saving you a lot more sun in the long run. Otherwise, the entire setup is surprisingly stable and is capable of surviving endlessly despite its very odd appearance, and having almost 3 rows that are completely empty. Power to the creators, power for you! Haha! Join full screen and be a part of the Boss Media Company for the connected generation. If you like this video, subscribe for more random and amazing strategies for Plants with the Zombie Survival Endless. Yeah, if you have any comments, suggestions, challenges, just leave them all in the comment section below, or you can send me an email to iloveohiny@yahoo.com. Once again, this is Hitori, and